This week on Steel Horse Thunder. Why aren't the national cameras out here seeing all these people? I mean, my God, there's hundreds of motorcycles out here. We start off for a ride for a postal worker.
Awe-inspiring to think that something as simple as, setting up a charity event could bring this many people from this many different ways of life, walks of life.
Then we take a look back at the Patreon after-season party.
Especially in a room full of rowdy people. All your friends, they're awesome.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
People talk about your one-stop shop. Well, Flat Out Motorsports is definitely a one-stop shop.
Maybe you like to hit the streets on two wheels, whether you're a touring guy, whether you're a cruising guy, or maybe you like the sport bikes.
If you'd rather play in the dirt, there's four wheels or there's two wheels.
Or maybe you've gotten to that point where you're ready for an extra wheel. They got the Can-Am Spyder and the ever so cool Slingshot.
Or maybe you don't like the dirt or the road, then you can get on the water. Take this baby for a ride.
No matter what you need, no matter what brand you like to ride, all the safety gear, helmets, whatever you're looking for, it's all right here under one roof. And with the used motorcycle sales, you can pretty much find any kind of motorcycle you like.
Motorcycle riders want the freedom of the open road. Unfortunately, other motorists often do not give riders the proper attention the law requires. Call us at Leidendorf Law. Like family, because we are.
It's a beautiful Sunday morning. We're up here at 8 Second Saloon. Cindy, what's going on?
This is the Angela Summers ride, and my goodness, there are so many people out here. It's unbelievable, to support the cause and the case and everything else. It's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people here, so we're going to have a blast today. Let's go talk to everybody, find out a little bit more about what's going on.
Let's go.
All right, man, Steve, we're out here. Did you expect this many bikes?
No, when I decided to do this, I had no idea it would be this big. But hey, everybody has a letter carrier. It's touched everybody. So a lot of people want to participate and help out. So this is great. It's awesome.
So I mean, the ride here is obviously for Angela Summer. What is it you're hoping to accomplish with this ride today?
Well, Angela has a 14-year-old daughter, and unfortunately, she hasn't been at the post office long enough to qualify to purchase the life insurance, the group life insurance. So she really, being killed on the job, there's a little bit of workman's comp payment for that, but it doesn't amount to much of anything. So since she couldn't get the life insurance, we are actually establishing a trust fund for her daughter. Our local union is, so that they can, when she's 21 or when she's 18 for pay for college, she can have that. It goes to her. No one else can get to it. It's just for her. So we're doing this ride. We have a GoFundMe page set up, the Angela Summers Memorial Fund on GoFundMe, and also other unions around the country, NALC unions, donating money, send it to our union hall. So we're hoping to have a nice, good college fund for it, if nothing else, out of this. So
well, it is. It's a tragic situation, absolutely. And then obviously with everything else going on in the news and in the world today, it's a messed up time. Let's just face it. It's a messed up time we're living in right now. And this is why we do the show. This is why we do what we can to do this kind of a show, because it seems like all of our local news, all your national news, all they want to focus on is the negative. They always want to harp on all the bad stuff, and it's like, why aren't the national cameras out here seeing all these people? I mean, my God, there's hundreds of motorcycles out here in support, and it's like, this is what keeps us coming back year after year after year, to keep promoting what all the bikers do to help one another out. I mean, this wasn't easy to put together, was it?
No, it was. I didn't sleep much last night just worrying about it, but hey, so far everything's going really smoothly. In fact, the worst thing I've had to deal with is run out of parking lot of the staging area before we get them lined up. So, but we had a huge group come in, but no, everything's going great. I've got a lot of helpers, and that's great. So, like a lot of letter carriers helping out. So, it's Facebook is great because all this came out from Facebook. People sharing it, and so many people saw it, and so many people they don't know her, they just want to help out.
All right, Diesel, we're out here, for this ride for Angela Summers. I know a bunch of you guys came out, so what made you decide to come out for this one?
It's just a terrible thing that happened, and we feel real bad for her. So we just put a thing out saying that we were coming, and if any other chapters around in Indiana wanted to come with us, and sounded like everybody wanted to, so we all just met up in Franklin and rode down together, come support Angela.
Well, and I think we're seeing a lot of that, where big groups did come together and rode out together to come out here. I know I was expecting it to be a pretty big turnout. I'm blown away.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. I mentioned it before. It's almost like the Miracle Ride. You know what I mean? When we end here at 8 Second Saloon, and it's just I'm just so thrilled to see so many people come out.
Yeah.
And obviously you guys, I got to hang out with you guys last year at the rally there, and just had a good time with you guys. So I was very happy to see a bunch of you out.
Oh yeah,
today.
yeah.
So when a big group gets together like this. You said you guys all met in Franklin, all rode together up here and everything else.
Yeah.
Now you guys going to do anything after the ride's over? Or?
Yeah, we're actually going to ride over to Gray Brothers and have dinner.
There you go. See? It always ends at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you right now.
Right.
That's why we didn't film anything earlier this year, because all the restaurants were closed.
Yeah,
We couldn't go inside. It's like, well, I'm not going to videotape a bunch of people sitting out in the parking lot.
Right,
so.
yeah, that put a killer on things for sure.
So you guys are going to Gray's after this?
Yep, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your club.
Or
your group.
The Southern Cruisers, we are basically worldwide now. Indiana has 4 or 5 chapters. We're from Brown County. We got about 130, 150 members now. It's a family club. There's no dues, no commitments. You just come when you can. We support St. Jude's, so everything we do, we try to give back to St. Jude's.
So Daniel, you're a postal worker. You're out here on this ride for Angela. Tell me, what brings you out on this ride today?
Well, the way I look at what happened to Angela was very horrific. And we're just here to support her daughter in whatever needs that she may need since her mom has passed, which could never replace her mother or any family member like that. So we're just out here, in our best interest and try to help her through this time of suffering.
Well, I'm so glad to see all you guys out here. This was a horrific thing that happened in a community where it shouldn't happen. It should never happen to any of you guys. You guys are here to deliver the mail to us, and if we don't get the mail, we should be happy we didn't get the mail because we don't have any bills that day, right? We don't have any junk mail.
I tell them all the time, no news is good news, right?
That's right. So
Yes.
I'm appreciative of all you guys. The job you do. You guys have to be out there, whether it's raining, snowing, sleeting, whatever.
Virus,
it is.
pandemic.
That's right. You're out there delivering the mail.
Protesters, whatever, we're out there still.
Can you believe the amount of motorcycles out here?
This is amazing. This is amazing.
What made you choose this ride to come out?
Well, this lady was just doing her job and left this little girl and this is so amazing how much money that can be raised to help this child with college, with a car someday, with whatever she needs. And the biking community is such an amazing community to do so many things for charity the way that we do. It's a family. It's people you've never seen before, and your brothers and sisters.
Right. And actually, we have seen you before because
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe 2 years ago we did a ride. Your sister's house had burnt down.
Yes.
And we actually did a ride to help. And it was one of those things where we didn't even get the word. We had 2 weeks to put it together, and yet was still able to do so. And now here, it was your sister and it was her house, but still. On the receiving end, now you're on the giving end. Here, it's like this is what it's all about.
This is, and like I said, it's such an amazing community. The bikes, I just love to walk around and look at the bikes. There's so many beautiful bikes out here, and everybody wants to tell you the story about this part came from here, this ride I was on, this happened, and everything. It's just really is an amazing thing.
And this isn't normal, just to let you know, because this is what we're doing every weekend. We're out here every weekend doing this. This is not normal.
No.
This is so far above and beyond what you would normally see.
Yes.
I mean, in all honesty, most of your charity rides, you're going to have about, I don't know, maybe 25 to 50 at the most. I mean, if you got 50 bikes at a ride, it's a big ride.
That's a big ride, yes.
And to see the hundreds of motorcycles that are out here.
Yeah, my girl asked me, how many bikes do you think there are right now? How many people do you think you're here? I was like, well, I count like 5 rows of bikes. If you think at least 50 bikes in each row, that's 250 bikes just going this way. That's not even counting the ones that you see behind us. That's just just going this way, and then you got to count all the cars that are lined up on either side. I told her, it's easily 1,000 people here for a remembrance of a carrier who was just doing her job over senseless violence.
Right.
You know, and gonna make me emotional. It's something that, as carriers, we have to face every day. You know, we ask the public for one thing: keep your dogs out.
Right.
We can't. There's no simpler request out there than just keep them in the house. One of my customers gave me a comic strip. It showed a postman at a mailbox, and Marmaduke was in the door, and the postman says, "Remember, the mailbox is my safe place." You know, and you know that's what we feel is we even with this COVID-19, we're essential employees. We do our best to make people's lives stay normal. You know, if the mail system shuts down, everybody's lives are impacted, and to see this kind of impact, to give thanks and say thank you, it means a lot. You're gonna make me cry, Dave.
No, because what you guys do is a selfless job, and you don't get a lot of praise. You don't get a lot of, attaboy. You don't get a whole lot of that.
No.
Usually it's like, where's that check I was expecting in the
Where's my
mail?
stimulus check?
Exactly.
Stimulus check, and if people would just remember that, we're out here, we love our customers just as much as our customers love us. Those cold drinks, we remember that.
Yeah.
Those thank yous, hey, great job, thank you for your service. We remember that. We know who you are. And that gives us motivation to continue and give the 110% in the 90+ degree weather and the minus 20 degree weather that we're out in every day, 365 days, because right now we do Sunday Amazon deliveries. So the post office is no longer just 6 days, it is 7 days. I'm a regular carrier. I've been a regular carrier for over 3 years. I was a city carrier assistant, or a CCA, for a year and a half before I converted to regular, and I was 7 days a week. And it takes a toll on the body, but because of stuff like this, it excites me. It makes me want to go to work every day, because I love my customers. This is awesome.
Well, we're out here at the ride, and who else do we run into but Brenda from Leydendorf Law. Brenda, what brings you out to this ride today?
Well, I know a lot of the postal workers, and tired of being locked up in the house, and a lot of other good events already canceled this year because of coronavirus. I think I posted this morning, I always post my prayer for every pre-ride on Facebook, and I said, this will be a chance. I said, no matter how hard some people have been hit with job loss or whatever, I said, the biker community will show up. And I said, they will help. They will dig deep. And look, it looks like the miracle ride out here today. I mean, except, and there'll be more coming in. We're not done registering. So.
And that's the thing. It's it's one thing to have all these bikes show up, but like you just said, a lot of these people haven't worked in months. I mean, there's people you're struggling right now to pay your bills, and yet still coming out to support this. And that's, to me, it speaks volumes to what the motorcycle community is all about.
Well, and I posted on my Facebook page too. It said there's going to be a lot of sponsors that will not be able to help the small businesses, the people really hurt by this because their income has been nothing. And so we're going to have to look to ourselves. And I said, I know. Bikers that dig deep. We'll get in our closets. We'll get in our garages. We'll find our own stuff to raffle. We'll raise money for our events. It may not be as much, but we will raise money for our events. We will get it done.
Just here to support Angela and great things she did for herself, and just to let her family know the post office loves her, and we definitely her service, her dedication to service, her ultimate sacrifice for the postal service. Definitely don't want nobody to forget about it.
True.
Let everybody know we love her and we support her and we're looking after her family. So that's what we're here for.
And there's a lot of you guys out here, which is a good thing today. It's just awesome.
Yeah, it's
we
beautiful.
appreciate you guys' service.
I'm seeing retirees, newbies, everybody's out here. It's outrageous. I didn't bring my bike today. I got my wife's convertible. I'm just riding around this to show off. This just to show off.
How do you do this? Because
this is
I don't know how you stay level up.
What it is, it's a one wheel. It's like a motorized unicycle. What you have to do is you reach up, you grab Jesus' hand, you let Jesus take the wheel. Just let Jesus take the wheel.
All right, Sherry, I just have to say, I love that you guys have done this ride. Both of you guys have done this ride for 9 years, right? 9. And you said that today, I said it was a hot ride, but you said it was a nice dry ride, so.
It is a nice ride. It usually rains. Like the last few years, it's poured on us. Somewhere on the ride. So sometimes we get stuck, but yeah, we ride in the rain regardless.
Well, today it's not going to rain.
Yes, hopefully.
Just off of us.
Just off of you, yeah. You're going to be sweating all over her.
Yeah.
All right, we were talking about the fact that you want to start riding.
Yes.
And tell me why you won't get on your bike and ride?
Because I'm afraid I'm going to wreck it. Jim bought it for my birthday a few years back. God love him. And I practice in the pasture. And I'm okay
don't put your woman in the pasture.
You got to put them out the pasture. You got to put them in pasture every now and then.
So I get a little nervous. I have a death grip on it, and then I want to stop. I don't want to stop with the brakes. I want to stop with my feet, like a bicycle, which is not good. But I'm afraid I'm going to wreck it and ruin his bike. I'm not so worried about my body, but I don't want to wreck it.
I just want to challenge you. Get out there on the bike. Get on there, just do a little bit of miles every day, get used to the bike, start riding, because you're going to enjoy it. And you won't have to sit there behind him anymore.
Amen to that.
So get on that bike and start, just practice every day.
Okay, I'll tell you what, if you come back next year to here and do the interview and do what you did today, which is great because it's...
So I'm going to interview you next year and you're going to be riding your own bike, right?
I'll be riding my own
You're
bike.
going to be the Ladendorf Law featured woman rider next year.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll do that.
I'm expecting it.
Okay, I'll do it. No problem.
You guys have a great ride today.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out and giving the PR for it.
Well,
I appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys and all that you do.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Don't look now. Crambos isn't just paint. It's your one-stop shop for motorcycle gear, parts, and service. Crambos, voted the Indy A-List #1 motorcycle shop 2 years running, has expanded with the state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment for tuning your fuel-injected Harley and a new paint facility to make your bike stand out from all the others. Crambos also has a new retail area complete with leather, chrome, audio, and all your parts and service needs. Crambos, voted #1 for a reason.
You have been injured in an automobile collision, and suddenly your vocabulary has been expanded to include terms totally unfamiliar to you. We know accidents can be overwhelming to the injured victims and their families. You know you can put your trust in the familiar faces of Ladendorf Law. We take care of you and your family so that you can focus on recovering from your injuries. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Hey man, last winter, before all the crap started, when we were still just a fun-loving nation, everybody got along and we had no flu or nothing like that, we had our Patreon party. It was an after-season party, and everybody that's a member with us on Patreon, with our Patreon page and stuff, we invited them in. We had a comedian come in. We cooked dinner. We cooked all the food. We had plenty of beer, plenty of wine, plenty of soft drinks, and then to top it all off with, we were able to do something good for Chris and Beth Crampy of Crambos, and then we also had a comedian come in, and Charlie Hester was phenomenal. She was just, I mean, she tore the house down. It was a blast. Had a great time. So, you know, I hope you enjoy. Let's take a look at what we did.
All right, Dan. So what made you decide to, we need to do this Patreon thing?
I really like the show. I like what you guys do. You help the bikers and everything. I just want to do my little bit to help out.
Well, every little bit helps, and I know I'm driving the cameraman crazy right now, swinging back and forth like this, but everything helps, and that's why we wanted to do this party. It's during happy hour right now. We got food coming up here in a little while. We're gonna have a comedian, and it's just gonna be a good time. And I hope you guys make yourself at home, help yourself. We got coolers full of beer. We've got bottles of wine too. I don't drink wine, so I didn't advertise that, but it's here. And we have a kids cooler with water and soda. So now you guys actually got a room tonight, didn't you?
We did. We're from Lafayette, so a little bit of a drive for us. Decided to get a room.
So you get a room, so you guys can go up to that cooler as many times as you want, because all you got to do is make it to the elevator, right?
Not even that. We're on the first floor.
Okay, that's the sign of a true drinker right there, okay? When you check in, you make sure you stay on the first floor. You can't get lost that way. Well, I hope you guys have fun, and thank you so much for being a member.
Thank you.
The party is really cranking up now. We're here at the Grand Ballroom of the Holiday Inn here in Martinsville, Indiana. This is we have classed it up here quite a bit. I'm telling you, this is a classy joint, and we have classed it up even more coming in here. So, Shannon, this is the president of the Outsiders. You guys were the ones that actually led our ride, the Patreon ride that we did earlier this year, or well, I guess last year, and this is our way of saying thank you. This is an event for all of our Patreon members, but I also wanted to bring you guys in because you guys were the ones that helped put that whole ride together and everything else. What is it inside you that drives you to reach out and help? Because you guys do a lot of rides during the course of the year.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we formed as a charity club, and that's our intentions. And we've just got a great bunch of guys that want to help out, and we don't always have time, but we try to make the ones we can. And we do a couple events ourselves every year. And as far as your ride, we just want to come out as a show of support to you guys and everything that you do for the motorcycle community here in Indiana, and let you know that it's much appreciated. So,
what made you guys decide to become a Patreon member?
Love the show. Been watching the show for years. And then just recently, in the last 3 or 4 years, we decided to start riding bikes again. I ended up hooking up with a couple of buddies of mine that ride, and we met out at Route 67 for Thursday night bike night. That's where I met you and Cindy, and we decided in August when we had the Patreon ride that we were going to sign up and become Patreon members, and been that way ever since.
Man, we sure do appreciate it, and I know this isn't the fanciest party, but it is a home-cooked meal. You'll be getting a home-cooked meal, and we do have a lot of beer. We even got wine, and we do have soda. We have a kids cooler, so she found the kids cooler, and so she's doing good with the soda and the water and stuff. So what'd you think about the Patreon ride itself, the ride that we did?
Loved the ride, so it goes back to what you guys close with every Sunday. It isn't what you ride, it's that you ride, and the group of camaraderie that came together on that day, from what we see on Thursday night bike night to what actually showed up there Sunday for that ride, was just extraordinary, to see how everybody, and I never really understood how the motorcycle community came together that way, because like I said, we'd only been actively riding for like the last 2 to 3 years, but to see how the community comes together and how everybody welcomes everybody, there is no judging because of what motorcycle was being ridden or anything like that, so, and that's what made it so fun to be in. And it's like being in having a different family versus the family that I come home to every night. This is just a different family that we all get along with and love to hang out with and have a good time.
As you know, every year we always give out an award, and it's called the Steel Horse Thunder Extra Step Award. And obviously we don't do it until the end of the year, so this is the 2019. I'm going to ask if Chris and Beth Crampy could come up here. They do not know anything about this. What you guys have done, not just for us, but what you do for everybody every year. And it's a lot of work what you guys do. And you still do it. All I can say is thank you very much. And you guys are the recipient of the 2019 Steel Horse Thunder Extra Step Award. All right, here we are. We just finished wrapping everything up here at the Grand Ballroom at the Holiday Inn here in Martinsville, Indiana. Charlie Hester, you just absolutely just destroyed the place. I mean, the crowd was, just loving it. So, how long have you been doing this?
I just had my 8-year comedy anniversary. So, but that being said, I have been in bands and on stage my whole life. So this just feels like home to me, especially in a room full of rowdy people. All your friends, they're awesome.
Well, it is. It's a fantastic crowd, right? So great crowd. Cindy and I had the opportunity of seeing you last year, and it was like, wow, if I was ever going to have a comedian come in, you were the one. And then here we are, doing this Patreon dinner and everything else. I was like, it's too small of a room for a live band. So I thought, this is the perfect opportunity. And you came out, and everybody, as they were leaving and stuff, there's still, the people that are drinking the last few beers out of the cooler here. But, as people were leaving, they're like, oh my God, she was fantastic. So what makes it, what is it about the whole comedy world that keeps you going all the time, that makes you want to get out on the road? You drove over from Illinois, so it wasn't like you were right around the corner. You drove a little ways to get here. What is it that drives you to keep doing this?
I think it's the connection with people. I'm always surprised because my stuff is very questionable. It doesn't really fit in anywhere else. But what I find are these beautiful pockets of people where I am able to make them feel like everything about them is just fine and that they are loved and accepted. I do it while I'm saying terrible things, but my goal is for people to just feel good about themselves as they're walking out the door. And this crowd, I think we did that.
Oh, sometimes fart during sex. Oh, yes, I do. It doesn't happen every time, but I've seen the surprise in many a new lover's watering eyes. And I like you so much, don't want to scare you away. Forewarned is forearmed, and that's why I've got to say, sometimes I fart during sex, so when I'm in ecstasy, I might Dutch oven you accidentally.
EA.
Title?
Queen of the world.
It's a beautiful Sunday morning. We're up here in Indianapolis. All right, man, we're here. Wait a second. How do I want to say it? Okay. Hi, I'm sitting at the lonely table. In fact, there's not even any more chairs at this table, so nobody can even sit here if they wanted to. It's called timeout. If you don't behave, if we catch you in the cooler of beer too many times, this is what happens, okay?